Now we consider the basics for solving practice set 3.4. Now we will consider here the concept inscribed angle and the intercepted arc. These are very important for proving the theorems and also solving the problems. These two concepts are very important. They are not asked in exam, but while solving the problem, we need these two concepts. Now, what is inscribed angle? Now, see here, angle ABC is inscribed in the arc ABC. Why we say that angle ABC is inscribed in the arc ABC? Because the vertex of this angle, which is point B, is on the circle. The vertex of the angle is on the circle, and the arms of angle ABC means ray BA and BC. The arms of angle ABC means ray BA and BC intersect the circle at point A and C. Therefore, it is called as a inscribed angle. Again, see, angle ABC is inscribed in the arc ABC. Now, next concept is intercepted arc. Now, see, here you can see 6 different figures. Now, see first figure 1. Here, angle ABC is inscribed angle. Again here, angle ABC is inscribed in the arc ABC. Angle ABC is inscribed in the arc ABC. And it intercept the arc AXC. Why we say that angle ABC intercept the arc AXC? Because all the point of this arc AXC, all the point of this arc AXC lies in the interior of angle ABC. All the point of this arc AXC lies in the interior part of the angle ABC, and each side of the angle means ray BA and BC. Each side of the angle has to contain an end point of the arc. An end point of the arc. Therefore, we can see that in figure 1, angle ABC intercept the arc AXC. Now, in next figure, angle ABC intercept the arc BXC. Angle ABC intercept the arc BXC. In third figure, angle ABC again here intercept the arc AXC. Now see, angle ABC is not an inscribed angle. Angle ABC is not a inscribed angle. Why? Because the vertex of angle ABC means point B is not lies on the circle. Therefore, it is not inscribed angle, but it intercept the arc AXC. Now, in fourth one figure, again here, angle ABC is not inscribed angle. Angle ABC is not inscribed angle because vertex of angle B is not on a circle, but it intercepts two arcs. This one and also this one. That means angle ABC intercept the arc AXC, and also angle ABC intercept this arc. Suppose I write here PQ. It intercept the arc PQ also. Now see, arc we can write in 3 letters, or you may use it 2 letters also, arc PQ. Fifth one, in this figure, angle ABC intercept the arc AXC, and also it intercept this small arc. Sixth one, in this figure, angle ABC intercept the arc AXC and also this smaller arc also. Therefore, we know that here angle ABC intercept the arc AXC. This is the inscribed angle. Angle ABC inscribed in the arc ABC and it intercept the arc. Suppose this is X. It intercept the arc AXC. Now see, we will see now inscribed angle theorem. This is very important, but the proof of this theorem is not asked in exam. We use this theorem for solving the problem, but its statement is very important. We know this statement of this theorem very well. What is the statement of this inscribed angle theorem? Shortly we call it as inscribed angle theorem. What is the statement of this theorem? The measure of inscribed angle is half of the measure of the arc intercepted by it. See in figure, here is angle ABC is inscribed angle in which arc? It is inscribed in arc ABC. Angle ABC is inscribed in arc ABC. It is inscribed angle. And it intercept which arc? It intercept arc AXC. It intercept arc AXC. Now what we have to prove? That the measure of inscribed angle, that means measure of angle ABC, the measure of angle ABC inscribed angle equal to half measure of its intercepted arc. Half measure of arc AXC. What is the inscribed angle theorem? The measure of inscribed angle is half its intercepted arc. The measure of inscribed angle is half its intercepted arc. Suppose in above figure, let measure of arc AXC is 100. Find measure of angle ABC. Therefore, what we write here? Measure of, or you may write M or you may not write M. You can only write angle ABC. Angle ABC equal to half measure of arc AXC. By which theorem? Inscribed angle theorem. Above theorem, inscribed angle theorem. Therefore, it is half into, what is the measure of arc AXC? It is given to be 100. And half into 100 it is 50. That means angle of this measure is, measure of this angle is 50 degree. Now, there are two corollaries of this theorem, inscribed angle theorems, but they can be asked in exam. So this is the smaller theorem. We can say it is a smaller theorem, but it can be asked in the exam. What is that? Angles inscribed in a same arc are congruent. We have to prove that angles inscribed in a same arc are congruent. Now see here angle ABC, see figure, angle ABC and angle ADC, they are inscribed in which arc? They are inscribed in arc, you may say arc ABC or you may say arc ADC. In arc ABC. See, this angle ABC and angle ADC, they are inscribed in the same arc. You may say arc ABC or you may say arc ADC because the end points are A and C. The middle you may write B or D. We have to prove that these angles, these inscribed angles are congruent. That means we have to prove that angle ABC is congruent to angle ADC. Now the proof is very simple. Now see this angle ABC is inscribed in the arc ABC, is inscribed in the arc ABC, and it intercept the arc. It intercept the arc AXC. Angle ABC is inscribed angle. It inscribed in the arc ABC and it intercept the arc AXC. It intercept the arc AXC. Therefore, by using inscribed angle theorem, what we can write? The measure of inscribed angle equal to half measure of intercepted arc AXC. Suppose this is first one. Now see second angle. Angle ADC is also inscribed angle. It inscribed in the arc ABC, or you may say ADC, and it intercepts the arc AXC. Therefore, angle ADC is inscribed in arc ABC, or you may write ADC, and it intercept the arc AXC. Therefore, again using inscribed angle theorem, what we can write? Measure of angle ADC equal to half measure of intercepted arc. Now see, this is equation 2. If you see equation 1 and 2, RHS is same. Therefore, LHS must be same. Therefore, LHS must be same. Therefore, measure of angle ABC equal to measure of angle ADC. That means angle ABC is congruent to angle ADC. Very simple problem theorem, but it can be asked in exam. Now, second corollary or smaller theorem, you may say smaller theorem, which is based on inscribed angle theorem. What is that? It may be asked in exam also. Angle inscribed in a semicircle. Angle inscribed in a semicircle is right angle. Now see figure. Here O is the center and AC is the diameter of the circle. Therefore, arc ABC and this arc also are semicircle. This is the diameter. Therefore, arc ABC and this arc AC, they are also semicircles. Now, angle inscribed in semicircle is given. Therefore, we have given that angle ABC is inscribed in arc ABC. And what about arc ABC? Arc ABC is a semicircle. They had given a arc ABC is a semicircle. What we have to prove that? Angle inscribed in a semicircle is right angle. That means we have to prove that measure of this angle equal to 90 degree. Now see, angle ABC is inscribed in arc ABC. Angle ABC is inscribed in arc ABC and it intercept the arc AXC. It intercept the arc AXC. Therefore, by using inscribed angle theorem, what we can write? Measure of angle ABC equal to half measure of arc AXC. But see, ABC is a semicircle. Therefore, AXC is also semicircle. Therefore, what is the measure of arc AXC? Semicircle, therefore its measure is 180 and therefore it will be 90. Therefore, measure of angle ABC is 90 degree. That means angle inscribed in a semicircle is of 90 degree. Now, we will see very important theorem which is called as theorem of cyclic quadrilateral. It is called as theorem of cyclic quadrilateral. It can be asked in exam. Prove the theorem. What is the statement of this theorem? What is the statement of this theorem? Opposite angles of a opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. But now see, what is cyclic quadrilateral? If all 4 points of a quadrilateral lies on a circle, if all 4 points of a quadrilateral lies on a circle, then that quadrilateral is called as a cyclic quadrilateral. Now see, quadrilateral ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. Quadrilateral ABCD is a cyclic quadrilateral. What we have to prove that? The opposite angles of cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. Supplementary means what? Its sum is 180. That means angle A, opposite angles, angle A plus angle C equal to 180. And next pair, angle B plus angle D equal to also 180. We have to prove that the opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. Supplementary means its sum 180. Angle A plus angle C equal to 180. So next pair, angle B plus angle D equal to 180. Now I have written angle in one letter only. You may angle A as angle BAD, angle C as angle BCD, angle B as angle ABC. Now see here. Angle BAD, see here, angle BAD is inscribed angle. See, angle BAD is inscribed in which arc? In arc BAD. And it intercepts the arc. Which arc? Angle BAD intercept the arc BCD. Which arc? BCD. Therefore, by using inscribed angle theorem, what we can write? Angle BAD equal to 1/2 measure of arc BCD. By using which theorem? Inscribed angle theorem. Similarly, see, angle BCD, this one, angle BCD, it is also inscribed angle. It inscribed in the arc BCD. It inscribed in the arc BCD and it intercept the arc BAD. It intercept the arc BAD. Angle BCD is inscribed angle. It intercept the arc BAD. Therefore, again using inscribed angle theorem, what we can write? Measure of angle BCD. Measure of angle BCD equal to 1/2 measure of arc BAD. Now, this is equation 1, this is equation 2. Now, we add equation 1 and 2. Add RHS to RHS and LHS to LHS. Angle BAD plus angle BCD equal to 1/2 measure of arc BCD plus 1/2 measure of arc BAD. Now take 1/2 common. Here measure of arc BCD plus measure of arc BAD. Now see, measure of arc BCD plus measure of arc BAD is nothing but the whole circle. Is nothing but the whole circle. And what is the measure of the whole circle? It is 360 degree. And if we divide it, we get 180. Now see, if we write angle BAD in one letter, angle BAD is nothing but angle A and angle BCD is nothing but angle C. Therefore, we can write angle A plus angle C equal to 180 degree. Similarly, we can prove that angle B plus angle D equal to 180 degree. There is no need for proving the next one, that is B plus D equal to 180. We only write similarly we can prove that angle B plus angle D equal to 180 degree.